Taco Bell isn't just a job or a place to eat, it's an experience. That's what this podcast is all about. It's a chance for you to get a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to work here, the craveable food we've been launching, and of course, the cool stuff we've been up to. So let's talk about what's been happening at the Bell. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a spicy episode of the At the Bell podcast, where we give you a look behind the scenes at Taco Bell through the lens of our people. I'm Eric, and I have my co-host Sierra with me here today. So before we jump into today's episode, we want to do a little bit of housekeeping. If you guys like what you guys have heard so far, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe on whatever podcast player that you enjoy. Also, it'd be amazing if you could leave us a review. And last but not least, drop a comment letting us know what you'd like to see or hear in a future episode.
Today's episode is all about the Taco Bell Foundation.
The Taco Bell Foundation is a public charity that helps break down barriers to educate and inspire the next generation of America's young leaders. Since 1992, the Taco Bell Foundation has reached nearly 12 million young people across the country and has awarded more than $231 million in grants and scholarships focused on education and career readiness.
One of the ways that the Taco Bell Foundation gives back is through the Más Scholarship. Unlike most college scholarships, the application process is fast and easy.
Yes, and something that's new this year is students can actually apply by submitting a 2-minute-long video or a written response showcasing their passion or talking about what exactly they would do towards that passion if they receive the scholarship.
And students can earn up to $25,000 and can renew their scholarship up to 3 times, which is amazing.
Yeah, this is super cool stuff. So, Sierra, I have a question for you. If you could go back and apply for the scholarship, what would your passion be?
I have thought of this weirdly before because this is such a really great program that we have that I didn't know about until I started working here. And I was like, what would I choose? So I have thought about this weirdly before, so I am prepared. I'd probably pick something in fashion.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah, the irony is not lost on me that I'm dressed like this while I am saying this, but I have always loved fashion and style, and in another world, I'm maybe designing Taco Bell costumes, not wearing them. But I would probably like to learn more about like sustainable fashion and, you know, how to sew. And I don't know, I feel like my video would be more like what I would wear to work and how to use the items of clothing you have in your home and put them together and make an outfit. So it's really cool. You can get really creative with it. But what about you?
Oh, gosh, I think like when I feel most fulfilled is when I'm creating something and I get to share it with people. Mm-hmm. So I think specifically what I would probably do is maybe like videography, creating videos, or like really learning how to use a camera. Or if I wanted to go the music route, I would love to do that too.
Yeah.
That's probably where my passions are, yeah.
Do you play an instrument?
I play guitar.
I did not know that.
Pretty badly, but yes, I enjoy it, and I just love music in general. Yeah, it's one thing that makes me the happiest outside of like family. So,
it is hard to choose just one passion. Like I feel like a lot of people have more than one passion, but you know, with this scholarship, it's kind of nice to choose one and hone in on that, and then get money to gear your career, get it started through school. So I'm really excited to learn more about it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we have a very special guest with us today. He is a former Más Scholarship recipient and Taco Bell team member, and now works at the Taco Bell headquarters as the Más Scholarship program manager. Very excited to welcome Andrew German.
Thank y'all. I'm so excited to be here, especially just being able to share a little bit about my story and just everything that the program and the organization has done to not just invest in me, but so many people all across the nation.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you and hear more about it. You look great.
Thank you.
We really wanted to start off by learning more about you and your journey and just your experience here at Taco Bell.
Yeah, of course. So I guess really looking at my journey, it was anything but linear, I would say. And to really set up the foundation of how I ended up Taco Bell, gonna look a little bit, maybe a year or two before I actually started working as a restaurant team member. I was just graduating high school, and just like any other high schooler, you know, I thought I had my whole entire life planned out, you know, going to my dream college, moving away, so excited for everything. Everything felt like it was going fine. And 2 years down the line, financial aid just unfortunately was not paying for school anymore. And I had to make the decision to work 3 jobs, move back home, and drive back and forth, which was about like an hour 30 minutes each day, each way. So I was just like, this is not sustainable, you know? So after the second year, I was like, okay, I have to drop out, unfortunately. And to be honest, I was like defeated. I was so defeated. I didn't know necessarily what to do next because I thought I had everything planned out, you know, and I took a couple years to really figure out what I wanted to do in my life. I kind of leaned a little bit more into dancing, leaned into more about creating my dance company and just figuring out who I was without education. And I would say it was about 2019. I had my aunt. She actually moved from the Philippines to America, and she was looking for her first job. She didn't really speak English, so I was kind of coming with her to be the translator. She decided she wanted to interview for Taco Bell, came with her, was at the interview, was able to translate English to Tagalog, and just really making sure that she felt comfortable there. Cool. And it was really cool because Taco Bell was one of the only places that actually let us do that. And by the end of the interview, the manager was like, hey, you know, you kind of did the interview yourself too. Do you want to work here? And at this time, I was like going from part-time jobs, really trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and take the leap. Little did I know that exact moment literally changed the whole entire course of my life for the better. So I was just working at Taco Bell and really trying to figure out, where should I go back to school? How can I go back to school? I kind of was a little bit more motivated to jump back into school. And throughout the whole entire process, my manager was kind of asking me questions, learned a little bit more about my background. And she let me know that there was something called the Más Scholarship. She was like, hey, there's a scholarship run by, you know, our organization. You should definitely apply for it. I looked at her and just thinking about my background, I was like, this is not for me. I dropped out, you know, I, you know, took a long break. I'm still figuring out what school looks like, what I want to do for school. And I kind of just self-eliminated myself and told myself, I'm not going to even look at it. It took her, you know, kind of nudging me a couple times, talking to me, and really showing me that there is belief in me that I lost in myself. And I applied for it. And about 2 months later, I found out that I won, you know, and from there I was just like, it was such a surreal moment because all the hope that I thought I lost in the past suddenly came back. Revived. You know, I was like, I feel like there's like a light here now. And I'm like, what can I do with this? You know, and I was able to celebrate.
RGM too.
Right?
That's so cool.
To be able to really learn about all of their employees and really push them to believe in themselves. So that's something why I really love Taco Bell like as an organization. And I think just through there, I was able to, you know, embrace all of the different things that the Live Más Scholarship had. I was able to get mentored. I was able to go back to school. And then through everything, I just found myself wanting to work at Taco Bell. You know, I was like, all the values that I've seen through my coworkers, through people at the Taco Bell Foundation, through Taco Bell Corporate, this is somewhere I want to work at. So during this time, I saw that there was like an internship open for Taco Bell. And I, you know, went ahead and applied to it. I was still in school, and at this time, it was actually for like a PR internship, and I didn't really know a lot of PR, but I was like, I need to get my foot in the door, you know, so I applied, I went for it, got all the way to the last stage, and then the recruiter called me and was like, hey, we loved you, we loved all of your energy, we loved your story, but unfortunately, you know, you're not that PR enough, and I was like, totally fine, I get it, but she was just like, hey, there is an open role at the Taco Bell Foundation. I think your skills and your assets should definitely go there. So I went ahead and applied for it, got a little bit of advice and motivation from my mentor because I was kind of feeling a little defeated. And fast forward to now, I am able to be the program manager for this very same program that invested in me when I thought I had lost everything.
Wow. I love the full circle moment of this.
That's like success story right there. I love that.
So it's just like, I'm just so excited to, you know, be here and be able to help all other scholars and kind of pave that path for them as well, so they could feel all the same things that I was able to experience and so many of my other peers were able to experience too.
I love that.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Live Más Scholarship specifically?
Yeah, so I love the Live Más Scholarship in a sense where it is not like any other traditional scholarship. You know, there's so many scholarships that look at athletic ability, grades, test scores, and all of that. This scholarship is meant for Taco Bell's biggest fans and cultural rebels who know exactly what it means to live Más. And through that, we support individuals who have a passion, who may be going to trade school, maybe going to community college, master's, PhD, undergrad, all sorts of different career paths that individuals might be going to. And how can we support their passion, what change they want to make in the world, and how they continue to live Moss.
So once you are accepted into the program, can you tell us a little bit about what the process is for you being a scholar? So what is it like once you are actually a scholar with the program?
Yeah, of course. And I'll talk a little bit about how it was when I first joined, and then kind of the evolution, because it's changed so much. So like I was saying, I won the scholarship in 2020, and that was when COVID was happening. And at this point, there was a lot of no connection, actually. There was a lot of times where it felt like there's no connection in the world because we were, moving to a virtual platform. We weren't able to see people. But when I went ahead and joined the Live Moss Scholarship, there is a platform of so many different other individuals who were very passionate, wanting to make change all around the nation. And I was able to be integrated with them, meet them, and just form so many different bonds with them. And as the program evolved, there are so many different other opportunities. So those can be workshops where we're bringing industry professionals to come and talk on a panel, let us know what it feels like to be in this industry. Or we've even seen, as everything has been evolving, I've seen scholars who joined the program with me now sit on these panels, being able to share their story and what they've learned in these industries. So within the Live Moss Scholarship and just all the different beyond the money resources that we offer, I would say one of the biggest things that we really hold true to ourselves is it is so much more than a check. So we're not handing a check off to an individual and that's it. We're making sure that there's multiple different opportunities for them, whether it be micro internships, career readiness, mentorship, really connecting them with all different individuals to help them pursue their passion or even pivot their passion if they get within there,
Yeah, I didn't realize how many resources that were available to the scholars. When you think of scholarship, you think, oh, I get money and it will help fund me, not really help you grow and develop and actually gain those soft skills that you maybe don't know you need to refine. They're just like, here's a check, get going, good luck, So this is much deeper than that.
No, 100%. And it's so cool because I've seen so many people from the program kind of talk about, this is my first year going to college. I'm scared. I don't know necessarily how to jump into this new environment. But because of the Live Moss Scholarship and because of these online, panel discussions that we're having, different workshops that we're doing, and mentorship, they feel like they're able to excel in ways that they never thought they were able to.
Can you tell us a little bit about how the Live Moss Scholarship is funded?
Yeah, this is honestly also one of my other favorite questions, because when I worked in the restaurant, my favorite question to ask any customer that was kind of going through the drive-through or when I was working at the front register is if they wanted to go ahead and round up their total to help support students in their education. So whether that be through scholarships, community grants. So it is all funded by our incredible fans all across the nation when they decide to round up.
So what would you say your advice would be for somebody who is interested in applying, or maybe they're unsure about applying?
Yeah, I would say, do not self-eliminate yourself. I feel like self-doubt and telling yourself that this is not something that you see yourself in is going to be the very first barrier that a lot of individuals can kind of face when it comes to something, when it comes to like an application or a scholarship. One amazing thing about the Live Moss Scholarship is we're not, like I was saying, we're not looking at test scores or grades or anything. We really want to focus on the individual story, So just really opening that up to them and making sure they understand that their story matters, their passion matters. It doesn't matter where they are in their career, in their life. We want to learn more about them.
I love how relatable you make it.
Yeah.
It's like
thank you. I appreciate that.
Everybody is unique in themselves. Like we would all have different passions, but I feel like, everyone has the core similarity of, drive and motivation. So.
And kind of like even jumping into that too, I feel like so many people who don't apply, they're like, oh, I don't have a passion. But we've had so many winners who their passion is collecting bottle caps and making bottle cap art. We have people who are very much interested in the culinary field, people who are interested in dance, all sorts of different passions. Yeah, so telling scholars or individuals who are applying, please do not self-eliminate yourself if you do not think you have a passion, because you do have a passion.
So cool.
Yeah, love that.
So what's your biggest hope for the scholars that come through the program?
Yeah, I think my biggest is that they find a sense of community. I feel like in a world that we live in today, so many people are so invested in how do I grow individually and how do I go far fast. But one of my favorite quotes is, alone we could do so little, but together we could do so much.
Yeah.
So I want individuals who join the program to understand that they have not just a network of scholars who are there to support them, but so many different individuals who are also investing in the Taco Bell Foundation, Live Más Scholarship, and Taco Bell. How do we connect them with different partners? How do we connect them with people who are within our Taco Bell universe?
Yeah.
And how do we make sure that they feel like they are part of something bigger?
Yeah.
Is there a way to network with people outside of the scholarship?
Yeah, so we have so many different, I would say, opportunities for scholars to also meet in person. We have scholars who do regional workshops and meetups with each other. So how do we make sure that scholars have an opportunity to not meet just within our network, but outside of the network? And I've seen scholars be like, hey, I know you have this question on here. I met someone a couple weeks ago, and let me connect you with them.
Yeah.
So it's really how do we lean on to each other, and how do we lean on to the resources we have and also provide it to everyone here.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I didn't realize it was such a networking community too. I thought
Yeah.
you, like, again, I thought you just get the money and then you're like, best of luck.
Yeah,
but it's so much more.
I was gonna say we actually have a platform. It's like it's a online intranet where individuals can post. They could say that, hey, I'm running this event. They have a profile. They could put all the things about them onto there. So, and you could even instant message on there. So we really find ways to make sure scholars feel like they're connected. And that's where we host all of our online, workshops, panel discussions, or just any resources that we're giving out. Or scholars who are now, running their own nonprofits or business, they're also posting jobs there for other scholars to apply to. So how do we really continuously grow on this network?
You're getting us all excited about it. I feel like listeners are going to want to apply.
Yes, and I hope they do apply.
Yeah, they should.
So if a listener is interested in applying, what is the process? Where should they go? What does that look like?
Yeah, so the application is now open. It's open for individuals who are 16 to 26, who are currently or planning to pursue higher education. It's going to be either a 2-minute video or a written essay like we talked about, talking about your passion, the change you want to make in the world, and then how you live Más.
Yay. And if you guys haven't watched Andrew's video already, it is amazing. Truly a tearjerker. You got me when we first watched it.
I appreciate it so
I'm glad
much.
we didn't have to rewatch it. I had to be crying on camera. But we have one last fun question for you. What is your favorite Taco Bell item?
Okay, there's a little bit of a story behind this too. It's kind of funny, and I always tell my friend this. So just to put it down, my favorite item is actually a chalupa. And when we were younger, my friend really got into Photoshop, and he photoshopped my head on a chalupa and posted it everywhere. And I feel like he manifested me working at Taco Bell, but also my love for chalupa, because I love chalupas so much. It was like my always go-to after dance practice, after school thing to eat.
That is funny.
Forever chalupa lover.
Yeah. Free will is a crazy thing.
Free will really is.
Photoshopping a head on a chalupa.
I love
it.
It's somewhere out in the internet.
So creative.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the pod. We really appreciate it, and we're really excited about how you grow with the company, but also watching the scholarship program grow too.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all that you both do and just allowing stories like this to be shared, especially about individuals and programs that our organization has to offer,
Of course. We're happy to give you the platform.
Thank you.
It's great.
That's all we have for you guys today. If you or someone you know is interested in applying for the Live Más Scholarship, check out the link below or scan the QR code on the screen. And do not forget to round up on your next Taco Bell visit. We'll see you in the next one.